Hello, Falcons, ready for the new thing of the week. Choo choo. Alrighty, so there are a few things that we need to chit chat about before we kind of get into what we're actually doing. So, a big piece here is going to be if you know an analog clock, so it's a clock that's like hanging in your classrooms, right? Or if some of your grandparents maybe might still have an analog clock in their house, or maybe even a wristwatch that's an analog clock. If you have even a fancy like iPhone watch or an Apple Watch or one of those, you can actually get the faces that look like this. So the biggest thing obviously is clockwise, meaning it goes in order, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way around. So it's going this way. What's called counterclockwise, right, is the opposite. So this is just kind of important for what we're doing because a lot of this, you're going to hear that word clockwise and counterclockwise. I wanted to make sure you knew what it was if you didn't, or just a remembrance. So a big piece here is going to be that we're doing rotations. So a rotation is a transformation that turns a figure on a fixed point called the center of rotation. So the angle of rotation is the number of degrees in which the figure rotates. A positive angle of rotation turns the figure counterclockwise. So on this line right here, we are going to write counterclockwise. Counterclockwise, meaning negative is clockwise. Meaning negative is clockwise. So for what you are doing in 8th grade, a lot of these are going to be fixed around the origin, which is the middle of the graph, right, where the x-axis and the y-axis meet. And we're either going to turn it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times. And so I just wanted to tell you what that meant if you hear that. So 1 turn is 90 degrees, right? Positive or negative. And then we have positive or negative. 2 turns is 180, which really 2 turns doesn't matter which way you go because you end up in the same spot. Positive or negative, and then 270. Notice how we're just adding 90 every single time. And then positive or negative 360. Keeping in mind that if you move something 360 degrees, if you think about your clock, you start at 12 and you go 160 degrees, you end up right back where you started. So kind of keep that in mind as well today. Okay? So again, 90, 180, 270, 360, those are kind of the big ones that we are going to use today.